it to the cloud. So if I fall out, you'll have it anyway. Okay. First of all, I was able to connect with you easily. And it could be that I removed some parts of you, some covering. So it could be that you identified yourself with another part of you. Like a fifth of you was kind of like different. I don't know if you had the feeling that you sometimes were kind of covering, like camouflaging yourself of being someone else.
Sure, I've got like multiple personalities, maybe.
No, but it's like, it's like you covered yourself because it didn't feel good enough. So you took on like another soul's blueprint kind of personality around you. So people didn't see the true Alex.
Yeah. Okay, I could see that.
This is like 20%. I had to clear that away because otherwise I couldn't read who you are, because I would always have got a reflection of this other soul. That soul I already cleaned away. I don't know how fast you feel it, and that's the experience I need from people to give me feedback, but I don't really get that much feedback from the people I'm doing the reading, so I cannot really learn much. So whenever I cleared it, and I don't know how fast it goes for you, if it's like when you start doing it, if you feel that you release this non-Alex part, which you used to cover from who you are because you were afraid of being vulnerable, for being seen.
I used to smile a lot when I was uncomfortable. I don't think I do that anymore.
I should watch you more.
I used to like put on a fake smile when I feel out of place, but now I just get really angry, and I don't think.
Look, anger can be a good thing if you accept there's the emotion of anger and you don't identify with anger. Then you can say, okay, what does the anger want to show me? Where before you faced it with a fake smile, now the anger comes up. So now you actually see the true emotion, and perhaps there's another emotion below the anger, right? So
I agree. This is better. This is much better.
Yeah, but we'll find out. I mean, that's another discussion. That's the one guy I told you about. He really knows about the emotions to go deeper and deeper and deeper. But this is not about this. This is about who are you. So I cleared that 20%. I cleared that camouflage you used away. Now, what is important? When I talk about blueprint, the blueprint is where you get the energy, the life force energy from, mostly. We have, in this modality, we talk about the 8 energy centers, like chakras, but it's the bigger part. So you cannot go and say, oh, the first chakra, and you find out everything about the first chakra. It's not the same. It's like, it's a bigger part. And what she taught us here is what you can find, because it's her modality. It's the frame. You know it as a software engineer, right? If you program in a certain framework, that's how you work. You cannot go from C++ to whatever, Raspberry Pi programming, Python, whatever, 2.3. It works to some degree, but not 100%, right? So it's the same here. So that means we all have the 8 energy centers, but how they are, now I've got the Danish words, how much percentage of each energy center you use, it's different. So the primary energy center for you, with 28% of your life force, is the first energy center, and that's the divine energy center, divine compassion. And people in this energy center love of compassion and community, nurture, and nature. People in this center are highly compassionate, tolerant, and unconditional. They are very concerned with family, social, and planetary causes, the tribal energy through which we are all one at the physical level. So it's kind of like you need your tribe.
Yes.
Your society, you need your group. And I can see that that's what you've been doing since I know you. It's just for the wrong people to be in. According to my
struggling where I am right now, because I'm missing my tribe, and I'm stuck with negative people that I don't want to be around.
Yeah, but this is all a reflection from yourself. So, but that's another story, right? That's another modality. So we don't want to mix the things too much here, right? This energy center is grounded in doing, in helping at the most basic level, tending to our basic human needs, raising and teaching children, social work, nursing, hospice care, growing food, gardening, and environmental issues.
Okay.
So that's kind of like what these people should be doing, not running after whatever. Community is very important. You might excel at creating, structuring, or organizing communities, whether that community is a family, neighborhood, school, charity, organization. The gift is empathy. You can utilize this gift to ensure that each individual is served within your community in a way that also allows the community to thrive, right? I had actually a discussion like that yesterday. If you come from your heart, and you say, I do the best for everyone included in this interaction, the best will come out of it, right? With the best empathy. But that also includes yourself. So if you give other people more than what is not good for you, then you're not taking care of yourself.
Exactly.
So it has to be like in a good balance.
Years ago, I forgot about myself and I gave everything, and I ended up completely, almost killing myself. So that was and you're right, it's very important that I first start with myself, because until I'm whole, I really can't help anybody else.
Yeah, but for you, it's important that you go out with empathy and compassion towards others and include everyone in,
Yeah.
So the whole thing is thriving, right? If you only think of yourself, other people are not thriving.
No, I agree.
That boost there. It's not good. This is avoidance technique. Like for me, food, eating sweet stuff is avoiding.
Waking up.
No. Waking up would be having black coffee or black tea. No.
I already had 2 cups of coffee. It's not working.
Then you're overtired. Then you really need to sleep. Then you just need to relax and just let everything be. It's anyway, let's focus on this. Otherwise, we're never finishing it.
Yeah, let's go.
So you may thrive incorporating your gift for community into your careers by creating successful non-profit organizations or engaging in social entrepreneurship. This does not mean that you are the raging extrovert who is the life of the party. However, you must feel a sense of belonging to some sort of group, cause, or community in order to experience your divinity. That's what they said. You need to have your tribe in some way.
I agree. Yeah.
But don't overdo it. Just be cautious about it and be attentive. The negative polarity of this energy center is isolation. So that means, that's the negative part. So the positive part is to be with people which accept you who you are. The negative part is when you get isolated.
Yeah, like right now.
Pushed away and so on and so forth. Yeah, without a sense of community, you quickly lose your sense of self. If you feel so, you do best to address or eliminate situations that make you feel alone, isolated, or left out. Because you do have such a strong sense of community, it can be hard for you to walk away from relationships and groups that make you feel isolated. Your tendency can be to work harder for acceptance and inclusion. Right? So if you don't feel included, you just work harder. Just get away from it.
Yes, exactly. No, that's what I'm doing. I'm getting away.
Yeah, but after feeling you're getting away to whatever, we take that at the end. However, letting go of groups and relationships in which you are not understood or valued is often the counterintuitive key to finding an environment in which your gifts shine. Allowing isolating experiences and relationships will lead first energy centers to the dysfunctional aspect. And that is sacrifice. And you already mentioned that you gave everything. So if you're isolated emotionally, physically, whatever, you end up sacrifice. You will become highly other-focused in an effort to be valued and accepted. You will try to serve and help others inappropriately Listen to that. In order to shift out of isolation, you will focus on others to help them. You will try to do everything for them. And we have seen that the last 6 weeks. In an effort to connect with others, you might also take on everyone else's stuff and participate in their emotional lives to an unhealthy degree. And I've seen that again.
I've seen it too. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, but that's, as long as you're aware of it, you can do something. If you're not aware of it, you cannot do anything. You might seek to help others to the point. Let me just finish it. You might seek to help others to the point of sacrificing your own health and financial situation. You then try to help from a place of lack and end up in ever-growing state of depletion. You may become so over-identified with the people you are trying to serve that you lose track of the only experience we are truly here to create, which is your own experience. You're not here to create the experience of the people around you, not even your kids, not even you call it soulmate, because there's nothing like a soulmate.
No, I agree. I need to focus on myself. That's very important.
Yeah.
Even today, I just had an experience where I looked at my bank account and it's negative because I'm helping somebody else, but really I need to be helping myself first.
Yes, with that money, you should be able to chill out and just say, you know what, now I'm doing the spiritual work and I feel everything. I feel the anger. I feel the isolation. And then identify where does it come from. So you can change it. You can let go of the people with attitude of gratitude, right? You can say, hey, these people, this whatever, not part of my life anymore. I send you back to ever come. Thank you for the lessons you taught me. Because without those lessons, you wouldn't know. Okay, you might have come to me in a state of depletion, having years and years of energy of sacrifice. Coming back into balance may feel quite selfish, or you might have come to me seeking a stronger sense of personal and spiritual identity because you have tried so hard to bring value and fit into a group or community. It's important that first energy center people serve a community while the community returns that value to them rather than sacrifice. So in a nutshell, you thrive around people when you can help people, as long as the people accept your help and see you for who you are. If you have to give more than you receive, it's sacrificing, and you will go down into the path of isolation, or you're in the path of isolation, you sacrifice, you will lose. When you have enough money, when you are stable enough, you help everyone by just shining. Because Alex, you're really a lot to take. And I'm still here because I want to help you. And whenever you send me all these messages of, oh, look at this and that, I'm like, yeah, I know. Because I'm like so close of saying, fuck off. And you don't even know. Don't blame the others. We all try to help you. But you're so over everywhere because you try to find your inner self. You try to find your balance. And so use that time. You're sick. You're not sick. But this is a time where in the indigenous cultures, and you also have in Russia, the Siberian shamans and whatever, it's the time when the shaman, the healers come to a person and say, okay, this person is out of balance. ADHD, OCD, bipolar, whatever. Depression, suicide. So what is wrong in our society? We don't do that. We blame the person. The indigenous look at what is wrong in their society so they can balance it out again. So take this time to find yourself. Okay, so that was the first energy center, which is 28%. The second energy center has 22%. So that's like 50% of your life force, of your abundance, of your positive experiences, of your joy comes from two energy centers. That's the energy center of divine compassion, the tribe, and the energy center of divine communication, which also kind of makes sense the way I know you. So that's the fifth energy center, if you know the chakras, communication, right? Throat. This energy center of communication and self-expression and authenticity. That means people will follow you and not push you away when you're authentic. and express yourself, not expressing whatever you think someone else says you have to, right? Like you have been sharing so much on LinkedIn. This guy says, and this expert says I should do this, this, this. No, no, no. Don't listen to experts. Listen to be yourself, but revisit what you have been doing. Just be very honest, and that's what we try to do with the Alex show, the incredible meltdown.
I like your name. It's very catchy. It's very good. It's very good.
The Alex show. The incredible, the millennium meltdown. Okay, so the divine communicator. This is the realm of the teacher and the written and spoken word. They have a very special relationship with language. Words have their taste, substance for people in that energy center. They are natural expert in communication. They can become exceptional writers, speakers, or both. They innately know how to inspire and move people into action through words. They excel at helping others change at the level of thought and mind by introducing new ways of looking at life through the written and spoken word. They often translate into the realm of business within the areas of marketing and sales, where excellent communication skills are key. It is imperative that fifth energy center people use their words in how they make a living. This is often what unlocks abundance for them. I mean, you've been writing 5 or 6 books and you told people how to write. I mean, I can definitely see these two things here from how I met you.
Plus, I'll say that I had an interview about 3 weeks ago where I talked to one of my really close friends in the technical space. I've known him for 20 years. And we both agreed that even though my technical skills are superb, where I really need to be is in pre-sales. Like pre-sales is where, I get up in front of the customer and I sell them on this idea. And we both agreed, like, that is where I will shine in my current method with what I've learned. Like, I really want to be in sales. And so we discussed that that would be.
That's good. So you see, I mean, things are put together. I mean, you agreed that to do the reading for you. Now it's just a confirmation from the last weeks. So this is really because I know you put astrology stuff up, and I've heard a German which lives in Switzerland talking about the energies we are, and it's the energies of truth. That's why they put Donald Trump in court to tell the truth, which in the end will probably backfire because the truth will come out what bullshit they did to Donald Trump. But that's my opinion. But there was also other things. It's also for ourselves. If we are sitting down and listening to ourselves, we will find the truth about ourselves, where we were not authentic with ourselves, with the world. Anyway, this, and you need to have an audience of, a communication, if it's one person or a group. Highly verbal people often constantly talking, teaching, and having a whole conversation in their own head. You're laughing. They always need to talk things through. And one of the greatest gifts anyone can give them is to simply listen and let them work their thoughts through verbally.
That's very true. That's exactly how I feel right now. And the people that try to give me advice, it doesn't work. I don't want your advice. Just want you to listen. And
I know. That's why it takes so long to get this reading through. They're teachers, but are frequently even more comfortable in the realm of student. They can be avid lifelong learners and voracious readers. They can be prolific content creators and 30 YouTubes in 2 hours, and may be full of ideas of what to write and teach. However, because this is a realm of authenticity, it's vital to express their own unique opinions and expertise gathered through personal experience and a results by themselves results they create by themselves.
Well, yes, and I've always preached that, I have to try it myself first, and only then will I recommend what I think is needed. And yes, I'm a lifelong learner. I can't sit still. I have to constantly learn, practice, and share.
And sometimes this learning, like right now, I mean, until the 21st, 22nd, that's when the new year starts officially, but we fucked up everything. 21st to 22nd, you know, the old indigenous Europe at least celebrated 21st to 23rd as the new year. That's why Christmas is on the 24th, because it's the day after.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right? So that's when you actually go inside, and then on Christmas you go outside. You start plowing the fields. So now it's really the time to listen to yourself, learn from yourself, learn from your inner wisdom.
Okay.
They have a strong opinion and perspective, definitely, and their abundance will actually come by upholding their unique point of view publicly. They get on little soapboxes and are highly outspoken, definitely. Their inner wisdom frequently unfolds spontaneously when they communicate. Most especially, they will find themselves giving excellent advice that surprises even them when they are in conversations. Their natural channel and channeling happens in the moment. So I don't know how much you know it, but while you speak and people ask you questions and you're in the conversation, suddenly things come out and you just say it. And
Yes.
the other person is like, how did you know? Right? And you don't know where, it just.
No, that's exactly the state I'm in right now. I surprise myself, and yes, I'm at a very high capacity to create, especially if prompted by somebody else, whether or not somebody is talking to me or if they write something and it just kicks something off in me and I can spew out like a whole 10 sentences worth, just one. Creativity mode is at a very high.
Okay, so you get it. I can see you identify yourself a bit with that. So the
Yeah.
negative polarity is when the negative side, or when you lose energy, is when the communication falls on deaf ears, when no one is listening, no one is reading, no one is doing anything.
Yes.
Communication, after all, is a two-way street. If nobody is listening and engaging with their communications, fifth energy center people must either find an audience that actually values what they have to say, or relay their messages in a different way. So like change the way you communicate.
Yeah.
If they don't address that nobody is listening, they may fall into the inauthenticity and just start communicating whatever they think people want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
So if no one listens, you start just to say what you have read by someone else because that someone else has 10 million followers. Not a good idea.
Not a good idea. I agree. Not a good.
Unfortunately, they may also start simply rehashing what they have heard from other teachers or mentors, leading to plagiarism rather than authentic self-expression. Some fifth energy center people have become so conditioned to not speak the truth that they hide in the student role. They will endlessly read, learn, and study, but not actually do anything. Because then they might actually have something original to express in an important way. But they have been told all the time, don't, shut up, not a good idea, that it's bad, this is wrong. Do and then teach from their personal experience if they are to unlock abundance to their divine gift. As you say, you want to experience it first, so do it.
Yep.
If this energy center continues to remain unheard, they will end up in the dysfunctional aspect, which is communicate to no one. Their gifts may come out through unwanted and often inappropriate advice. They may also talk, and talk a bit more. Without any regard who is listening or whether anyone wants to hear it. Their communication style may descend into verbal masturbation. They just talk for the sake of talking. If human beings aren't listening, they might find solace in the spiritual realm. They may journal and channel endlessly without ever publishing and serving the world through their gifts. But that's when, so in the combination, when I look at the first and the fifth energy center, it really means to find your tribe. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. When you find your tribe, where your words, where your teachings, your input is heard and accepted, you have your tribe. You have the people around you which accept you the way you are. And you can serve them from a place of compassion and empathy because of what you learned and teach. Now you can be authentic teaching and they profit from you.
Right. Yep, I agree.
Right. But of course, you can also have other tribes like your family. And that's a hard one. I mean, I know some people which had to let go of their family, like their mothers, fathers, they had to let go because they were so bad for them.
But right now, I'm
But
specifically,
that's also a lesson learned for the soul.
I don't talk to my mom right now because she worries too much. So I just talk to my dad. That's on purpose. Anyways, let's go on to the next one.
Yeah. But that's another, we can take that out of the way. So now you have, damn it, how is it called? It's not the blueprint, it's the soul group, you know, and what kind of a group you belong. So the soul group is where your soul has been created at the time of never-ending time. Because the time is just an illusion. At least that's what they say in the spiritual world. So when your soul was created, it was created in the soul group, a planet or whatever. And that is like specific. You are a Russian with an overlay of US citizen because you have lived so long in the US. So, but you're Russian from the base. Of course, you were 9 years old when you left, so that's not that much left. But so, you know, so your soul group is vegan. So the vegan soul group is relatively uncommon, but yet I had actually several. I think I had quite some. These souls thrive on the spotlight and on the attention in a charming and delightful way. They are by no means traditional attention seekers. In fact, many of them will not resonate to wanting to be in the spotlight or the public eye. However, if they do step out in front of an audience or a video camera or a microphone or into a position of prominence, they and their being is truly amplified in a way that serves them, but also truly touches the audience in a way that offers actual value to them. Vegans are natural born entertainers, even though they may not self-identify as such or do so in a traditional entertainment industry. They have a vivacious and lovable personality, and we have a natural liking for these souls. They make us feel inspired and evolve a sense of warmth within us when we give them our attention. Vegans have a high level of natural confidence, which is why they are able to handle a lot of attention directed their way. However, vegans themselves don't usually realize that they have a high level of confidence. They simply have nothing to compare to. Confidence isn't about never doubting or questioning yourself. In fact, confidence is evidence through our willingness to try new things, which vegans are usually up for, and our ability to question ourselves. So that's where you have to be, question yourself. If a vegan soul doesn't put themselves into a spotlight position in which they can receive attention from many, they may not find themselves attract to people who will give them an inappropriate amount of attention. Yeah, so if you don't get the right people, and it goes back to the first energy center and the communications, if you have the wrong audience, you will seek people out which give you the inappropriate attention. Whores, drug addicts, mafiosi, and what else? You're on mute if you want to say something.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm back now.
Okay. Yeah. So if you get the wrong audience, you might find yourself attracted to people who will give you the inappropriate attention. They may
Yes.
attract highly needy, codependent partners. Oh shit. Vegans can handle a lot of intense attention from others and may tolerate unhealthy boundaries within their relationships. They may end themselves supporting others inappropriately and may frequently be taken advantage of. You mentioned that before.
Mhm. Yes.
So that's like your soul group. So like your soul group, like how you've been created is like being in front of other people, motivate in a positive way. But if you don't get that attention, which you're normally not aware of that you need it, you will attract the wrong people with the wrong attention. You will attract people which need too much attention and you will deplete. Going back to the first energy center of being in a community, if you don't get the right community, you will overdo it. So this is very much in alignment with what I know from you, and you know yourself better than I do.
Yes.
So, and you have an and you have an underlay of a soul group means you have had a few lifetimes in that place, but not so many. So you have a few, a few what do you say? A few things from that, and that's Earth. Ta-da! What a surprise! We are on the Earth, and you have an underlay of Earth. Earth souls are grounded, practical individuals that are very comfortable in their physical experience. In fact, they are driven by comfort, safety, and security as a primary goal. They have a strong relationship with this planet and may be interested in earth healing energies and have a concern for our environment. They will also have a strong relationship with nature. Being outside is balancing and important to them. The dysfunctional aspect of the soul group is complacency. They may become overly focused on physical comfort and safety to the point of stagnation. I don't know how much of that you took, but I know when we met, you were walking a lot outside to talk. So that's kind of...
Yeah, I really like nature. It helps me stay grounded.
Yes, so that's the soul group and your soul energy, right? Where you get the energy from, life force, and kind of like your character. Soul group is like kind of like characteristics. Now, I've also been reading your soul vibration, and that's not a judgment. It's not a chart of like getting anywhere, but it shows like you're in a spiritual realm. Ta-da! I'm happy. So it's not just intellectually that you say something. You're actually in the spiritual realm, or awareness that there's more than just the physical body. And there's still a lot to grow to get to the point where you're so connected to your spiritual awareness that you just draw all the law of attraction, right? Like Jesus, like you draw all the health, the wealth, the money, the experiences, everything. So you still have a way to go. So there's a lot to learn still, but you're not at the point where people normally get stuck. And they can get stuck for lifetimes, right? Not just one life. They can get stuck several lives because they're so spiritual that they're not really do anything. And so they're stuck.
Like Maggie. Maggie is a perfect example.
I mean, I can read for her. I mean, if you truly want to be together, both of you, it's very good to know where your soul energy comes.
We're not talking. So she's going to talk to my mom, but I'm not talking to my mom. So this is going to take like another month or so.
Okay. But then there's another thing, which I'm a little bit unsure. I've not heard about that. But we have, according to our soul energies, right? You have 50% from 2 energy centers, and then you might get only 2% from another energy center. Depending on how that is set up, we have positive and negative decisions or actions. And what is positive for you might be very negative for me. So that's not in a meaning of, it's a good or a bad thing to do. It's just like for your soul, for your beingness, this is a good decision. For another soul, it's a negative decision. We are protected of those things. You're not. So it looks like you're used up all this protection. So I'm gonna, with the whole clearing, we're gonna refill that a bit. So you have a buffer zone of stupid decisions, because whenever you do something stupid, you will feel it immediately. So you have to, then things start moving forward, and you will build up that buffer, right? That healthy buffer of, not doing wrong things. I can see there's actually quite some guiding lights. That means like intention setting, but you still have more intentions to go, or you still have more space. But you have a good, I can see you have a lot of intentions where you want to go. And that's also when we talk, you seem to like, I want to buy that castle for 10 million. I want to be together with this and this and this. So you're really good in setting these intentions. But what you need to learn is like really focus on one thing and not jumping left and right all the time.
I agree. Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing right now. I mean, I jumped out to set a lot of carrots in front of me, but then I peeled myself back and decided, okay, I just need my car. Like that's my focus right now. I just need my car.
I mean, it could also be like saying, hey, in 5 years, I have $10 million in my bank account. I have my own private castle. I am in a healthier relationship with myself and with a romantic woman.
Yeah.
I have a good relationship with my ex-wife, with my family, with my kids, blah, 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 blah. Could be something like that. But that's Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, right? And then Tony
I have the
Robbins.
book. I was reading it today. I have it in my other room.
You can find it on Spotify. I can give it to you. It's easy.
No, I have the book. I don't need it on Spotify. I have the book.
Yeah, I like to do both. Anyway, but when you do Grow and Think Rich, that's like intention setting, right? And then you read it twice a day, and you feel you go that direction. So that's it. So you can be a bit stronger on your intentions, and you really have to be careful when you take negative decisions for your soul blueprint. You will feel them right away. So you really need to focus on living and find your tribe. Really find your audience. Find your tribe. If you feel that you have to do more than appropriate, it's not a tribe. Then they just use you.
I agree.
So now I've talked for half an hour, I think, on that. That's more than I wanted. So now
I'm gonna fall asleep, so we need to wrap this up like now, so I can take a shower or do something. So I got an
no, but I have okay. That's now the important part here, like your blocks and restrictions. Okay, let's get. I found five patterns, but 2 of them have just one thing. So the first pattern is one lifetime ago. So your last life, you were a woman married with kids. It's going around your wife you had at that time. So before you were married, when you knew that you're going to marry, you made a contract with yourself to protect your future husband from other women, because you decided, or you saw that he attracted a lot of women, which you thought it was not healthy for him. He wasn't cheating on you or anything, but you just thought, you need to protect him. So you created this contract he didn't know about. Later on, when you were married and you had kids, your husband got a chronic disease. And you both agreed that you'll be helping him healing, taking care of him and heal. So you created a mutual contract of healing, and it's still mutual. It's only one lifetime ago. So both of you are still holding up that you are the healer of this other soul. I cannot know who that soul is in this lifetime, if it's with you or not. I don't know. This contract is still active on both sides. He died with the disease 5 to 10 years after he got sick. The kids were grown up, but he didn't have yet grandchildren, just so you know the age. When he died, he attached his soul to you with the program of misinformation on an emotional body around the second chakra, so money and sex. So there's this program around money and sex in you from the husband you had in your last life, from his soul, and it's confusing you on the second chakra. When it's around money and sexuality, you're misinformed, emotionally speaking. You know better what this means than I do.
Okay.
So he was not 100% truthful about his material wealth and sexuality. Doesn't mean that he was cheating. It was just he didn't say what he wanted in bed. So misinformation. Your man died. Your mom died. When your mom died, she also attached her soul to you. As you were very emotionally dependent on her. And she made sure of that in that lifetime. She made sure that you were emotionally dependent. And when she died, she connected as well with the energy or the program of dependency, an emotional body, so emotional dependency around the third chakra, which is self-esteem and personal goals. So it's kind of like you have like this program, whenever it's about your self-esteem and your personal goals, you feel emotionally dependent on something. Again, you know more about that. So I cannot tell you the answer. It's just like, these are the things coming through. And these things happened very short after each other, apparently. And when your husband and your mom died, you called in for a guide to help you to overcome this dramatic situation and event, because he didn't really want to feel it or deal really with it. So you got like this spiritual guide, and we all have guides, which was negative because you avoided to feel through the emotions. And this then led to join a new social network that was not really good for you. It was like a bad situation. And they kept intimidating you and your family, like your kids and grandchildren. So this is like a pattern. So it's all about, you know, the contract of protection and so on and so forth. And I'll give you something to watch and listen to for 7 days for releasing the souls. So you have to do it 7 days in a row. If you miss one day, you have to start from day one. The next pattern I found is 6 lifetimes ago, where you were a male and you were married. You met as teenagers, and due to separation from, you know, you had to go this way and that way with your girlfriend, you had different lovers or different girlfriends, boyfriends. But whenever you met, you came back together. So so when you were wedding, you promised each other that you will be soulmates forever and ever and ever in every life, and you will always find each other. This is not healthy. you can feel like you can have like a spiritual relationship, a spiritual partner, a spiritual romantic partner, but the soulmate is hindering you from really experiencing yourself. So we release that as well. I know you talk soulmate here. It's nice to have a spiritual partner. It can be agreed before you enter the world that you will be, you know, finding yourself. But soulmates from one life to the next is unhealthy because you cannot really play the game of life. So now the other 3 are from this life. So I got 3 patterns from this life. The first one started around 9 to 10 years old, when you started, your soul added memory, which was not yours, apparently, which that then drew in another negative guide. By the way, you have 4 guides, all of them are negative. So we fired them. We fire all your guides because you don't want to have negative guides. You get new guides. You get guides which are driving you to the right way for your soul. So the second negative guide, or these other negative guides you have, they have the energy or the program of persecution on a mental level on the second chakra. Again, sexuality and money, persecution mentally. And that later on drew in memory loss. So first you added memory, you got in a bad guide, and then you lost memory. And you attached the soul when you were 10 to 13 years old. And that soul is running, what is written? Yeah, it's running the program of anger, emotional anger, on your fourth chakra. That's the heart. That's love and healing.
Mhm.
So it's like a relation with others and self. Relation with others and self, there's anger. And that's from an attaching soul, where around 10 to 13 years of age. That was a, I didn't doubt who it was, but yeah. That then, after that, drew in another negative guide. Again, persecution, mental, money, blah, blah, blah. And then you started holding, I think the soul that attached to you is 2%. You're holding 2% of that soul now. So that's all in this lifetime. So you basically had memory loss, memory added, you got 2 negative guides, and you got an attaching soul, which has 2% connected to you, fixed. And that soul, of course, needs these 2% back. It's not yours, it's theirs to give. It's also fitting to that you had this protection around you, you know, this camouflage around you. So you were not truly yourself. So that's one pattern in this life. The other pattern started with around the age of 28 to 30. So the pattern just means this is kind of like an energy that flows, right? And that started with an anger spear from a co-worker. So he was like angry at you. And he had like these thought patterns, these thoughts about you, which were anger. So it was like, you know, directed at you. Like he was just throwing this anger at you. Or her, I don't know, co-worker. 28 to 30. You're laughing. You know better than me. I'm not going into details in present life because you know better than me. After that, you drew in a third negative guide. You know, from the 4 guides you have, that was the last one. Again, persecution mentally around money and sexuality. And that came because of the anger spear. And then you created a compassionate connection with a friend. Compassionate connections is like you give too much of your energy to that friend. You just spill over. You connect to that person. You give your life force energy to one of your friends. That's all in this, you know, in this pattern. This compassionate connection is not good. It's good to be empathic and helping friends, but not give too much of your energy. And then after that, you started going off into the woohoo land in the negative astral travel. That means we all go to astral travel, but you're not really connecting, not really deloading things. So where is it? Negative astral travel. Incomplete negative astral travel is trouble waking up or falling asleep, feeling trapped, having nightmares, not being really rested in the morning, because you're not really letting your soul go to the astral realm to reload, to deload, and come back into the body completely filled, you know, clean. So you started going there, and you also went to, you know, the portal way to subconsciousness. I know that's another one, but it's create distraction, for example, spiritual escapism. And, you know, these are the last ones in this pattern, and this pattern is running now. So it started at 28:30, and the other one started at 9:10. So these astral things, they came around, what did I write here? 38, 35, 38, 42, 44 is when you start, you know, in the last 2 years, in the last 6 years, you started, having problems sleeping, escaping with probably doing spiritual practice instead of really letting your soul go there and there. Waking up, having nightmares, probably waking up knowing that you're in your bed, but you're still sleeping. I mean, I had one of those experiences. I woke up in my body. I saw everything, but I couldn't move my body. I could not move my body. I could not scream. I could not do anything. I was trapped in my body. So that's one of those things, negative astral travel, and going into your subconscious and stuff like that. So, and the last one, fitting basically what I said, is started at 42, 2 years ago when we met. And that's the portal ways to your subconscious. And that's being attached to specific memories. You know, I mean, when we talk about your your meltdown,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's basically what happened 2 years ago. You started another negative pattern, which it's very fresh. So you get connected to specific memories. You're not really letting go your soul up to the astral realm to cleanse itself, to refresh. You might, you know, wake up, all kind of nightmares, and, you know, feeling trapped in the body, being awake but not really awake, right? Going around, but you have the feeling you're not awake. You're just, you know, you're in the body, but you're not really controlling anything.
Right.
So these are the 5 patterns I found. And you want to take a shower, so I know we're going to talk anyway soon, so you can think of these things. I'll send you the clearing, so you will have 21 days of reading. I let go of this, right? You subconsciously program your brain or your soul. 7 days of, I send you a link to a video, watch that video 7 days in a row. This helps to detach all the souls and negative guides from you.
Does it matter if I watch it like in the morning, daytime, or nighttime, or
find a time that you know that you will remember. If it's the best thing in the morning when you wake up, you turn it on and watch it and listen. It's one of these, you know, spacey videos with fractals and stuff like that. And you know, when you do breath work and you do it the right way, you see fractals. You know, you start seeing this turquoise, bluish fractals. I once happened 3 seconds. I managed to get DTM, and I saw it. So fractals do something subconsciously on the energy level, and then you get rid of these souls and the negative guides, and I clear it from my side, and then drink a lot of water, not alcohol, not booze. If you're not having energy, sleep, please. Just sleep during the day. Relax. Don't go for alcohol.
Yeah. You're not letting me sleep. I need to sleep.
Yes, but now we did that, and I'll send you the stuff, and send you the link to the video, download it, or the audio, whatever you want.
Okay, well, thank you. Yeah, we definitely have to do this session tomorrow.
Yeah. It's also almost 9 o'clock, and in 1 hour I want to go to bed, so I should also go sleeping.
Okay, so send me the video, and I will. Well, you're also going to send me this recording too, but that's separate.
Yeah, I'm gonna set everything as soon as I have the link to this Zoom talk. Awesome.
Okay, well, I'm not never to wake up and then I have my doctor's appointment.
Do that.
But,
shower, sleep, and continue your day. And we talk tomorrow.
Okay.
See you then.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you.